Yo, what's good, folk? We are here with part 64 of Condensed Chaos by Phil Hine. Witches, wizards, warlocks, magicians, magus, and magi. Let's keep speaking about the Neolithic instruments, thigh-bone trumpets, and all that good stuff. Now, rhythm makers. The use of drums, shakers, or hand claps to create rhythms is the simplest and often the most effective enhancement to ritual invocation, particularly in neo-shamanic styles of magic. Drumming itself can sweep a ritual celebrant into possession by a spirit. In the pseudo-Masonic ritual style of post-Gold Dawn magic, handclaps or strikes upon a bell or gong are often used to punctuate different stages of ritual. Sustained notes. The singing bell of Tibet is basically a bell with a handle. You hold the handle and rub the bell with a round block of wood very quickly, producing a prolonged singing tone. Lightly tapping a gong with a soft hammer will also produce sustained notes. Also in this category, full breath powered instruments such as didgeridoos, bugles, whistles, conches, and thigh-bone trumpets. Chapter 9. Conquering Demons. Personal demons. Now, personal demons are latent structures within the psyche, unresolved complexes and repressed voices thrown up by the ego as a defense measure. They act seemingly independently of our conscious volition so that we experience them as beyond our control. These structures are habitual emotional or behavioral patterns which are experienced at times as problematic, something which has not been successfully integrated, possibly because it has resisted examination or analysis, or through lack of awareness of a habit or pattern, or indeed, how to deal with it. In tantric practice, these demons are known as kleshas, and the process of working with them is known as klesha smashing. In a broad sense then, demons are blocks of behavior, emotional and cognitive responses to life situations. To give an example, jealousy in this context. Jealousy is less some tentacle monster that arrives suddenly from another dimension, but rather a response to a situation. You come out of a workshop and have a row with your partner because it seems to you they've been responding to the speaker's flirtatious behavior. Personal demons are summoned into stressful situations. If jealousy is an issue for you, then when you are presented with the evidence which confirms and supports your fears about this issue, out pops the jealousy demon in a flurry of accusations and emotional storms. Unlike the traditional demons from the grimoires, personal demons often do not have a shape, sigil, or name, yet they can exert tremendous power over us. And, like the more traditional demons, they can be identified, bound, and, though magical procedures, transformed into something which works for us, rather than against us. This is where conquering comes in. It can be useful to identify these intrapsychic structures as demons for the purpose of working with and integrating them. If you find, however, that you are using the idea of having a demon as an excuse for behavior for which you are loath to take responsibility, then you have gone seriously astray. Saying, "Oh dear, my jealousy demon slipped out, which is why I had a temper tantrum when you spoke to so-and-so," is not the most effective way of dealing with personal demons. You are admitting that the demon has more control of you than you do of it. Rather, by isolating the tangle of inner conversations, attitudes, fears, reflexes, and fantasies, giving this tangle a distinctive name, shape, and sigil, it becomes progressively easier to observe the circumstances in which the demon appears. This involves awareness of the relationship between your own feelings and other people's responses, and how you perceive those responses contribute to feeding the demon power. The fact that these demons appear in everyday situations rather than the isolated conditions of a magical ritual often makes them harder to deal with. As Aleister Crowley once said, it's easy for us to summon demons, so make yourself comfortable and bring into your mind a situation which invokes a demon that you find difficult to subdue. It needn't be anything monumental, any situation which provokes a response which you would like to deal with in a different way. You will notice that stressful situations often provoke these demons to rise up within us. The fight or flight response kicked in, as does depression, fear, anger, etc. All are emotional cognitive patterns which arise from a condition of physical stimulation, a bodily gnosis, if you like. There is a feedback loop between the physical sensation and the context which kicks off the emotional mental response. This gives the first clue for transforming demons from an overwhelming, uncontrollable experience into something which you can understand and bind to your will. Alright, we're going to stop it there, and we will return with more Condensed Chaos. We even get a little picture of Ganesha before we go. Look at that. Ganesha! Alright. Have a good night, good morning, good evening, people.